All right, here, folks. It's Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Myself and Erica were able to get away for a fall trip up to camp. Just the two of us and the dogs. Hunter and Tegan got to stay home with their friends and babysit, which was good because it allowed Mom and Dad a little bit of time to work feverishly at the camps up here, which we'll get into in a moment or two. But I had to start at the dock because, well, pretty proud of it. And at least come out. This will be my first time looking at the lake all day long. So bear with me, you're gonna have to walk along too. Not a bad day, unfortunately. We've been here for many days. Like I said, I think we came up last Thursday, so we got a bunch, and now it's time to go home. But one quick pan shot of this. Oh yeah, there's that beautiful dock. Again, my insurance policy for protecting the new dock for this winter. We'll finish that off with a nice crib right here, and then a floating dock out past the dogs. All right, back in. It's amazing. We were up in August doing this dock, and how quickly these weeds grew back in, including, you can see that really dark line over there. That's all the stuff we cut out, and it's already coming back up. Good project for anybody who wants a morning and afternoon project. All right, now let's get to the meat of what we got going on this weekend, which was a great deal of purging, burning, recycling, purging some more, cleaning, organize, more purging. In here, just as we're walking by, these are going to be the new cabinets going up in the retreat. They're in the shed for storage time. The microwave might be a little bit big, but we're ready for the next Reno, which will be happening hopefully April, May next year, to that camp right there. And we'll get, when we get inside, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But poor Camp Cortland didn't get a lot of attention this weekend. However, the first night that we were here, we did at least set up the new queen size bed frame that goes up here. So nice queen size bed frame, fits right in here. There is a full bed on it at the moment, partly because I had an extra full bed. I bought 4 of them. And we had to sleep here the first night because when we tore apart the retreat, we decided to paint the floor up there. And when we did that, it means we couldn't get up there. There's not much going on in this room. We didn't get anything done in here other than got all the crap out of it, which there was probably a good 8, 10, 12 chairs stacked in here. Now there's only 2. Probably 2 more than we need. Oop, I lied. There's still 2 hanging up there. Didn't even see those. Perfect. So another set of chairs. We gonna be putting a bunk bed in here next year. Take that full bed down the bottom, put a twin above it. That'll be for the kids' room. And then Mom and Dad can stay over here. This will be the sleeping camp while we get the retreat all tuned up. But we did get rid of a lot of junk up here. The old twin bed frames are gone. Everything's gone from up here. But it was nice. First time I've slept in this camp in almost 20 years. So a few memories at least coming back. Again, nothing else was done in this camp, just that. Oop, more chairs. There's 3 of them. Oop, more chairs. 3 more. Chairs are a theme this weekend. 2 more chairs, but they're outdoor chairs, so they don't count. Yeah, we had a pretty good fire going. We burnt, what did we burn? We burned 5 mattresses and box springs, 1 couch and a love seat. And as you can see, it did some respectable damage to the grounds. That's a 16-foot boat, so we had a pretty good fire going. This poor cedar tree right here has seen better days. The last 2 years between Lauren and I, we've done a lot of damage to it. Hopefully she'll come back around. Getting over here, this came out of the camps. That's what's left of the couch. There's all the beds, box springs. Miscellaneous. Lots of miscellaneous. I think I counted as many as 9 fans between the two camps. We still have 6, which is probably at least 4 too many, but the good news is we still have 6 for anyone who's worried about fans, but we did purge some. There's one of the frames, and there's the stove from next door. It had to come back out. We now had, last trip up, the other stove in the retreat had lost a burner, so we had a spare one, brought it up. CB and Tim put that in, thankfully. And now the stove with one burner not working is over in Camp Cortland. Oven's there. At least we got a parts one until we need to do something with it. So one hell of a pile of trash. Oh yeah, 4 more chairs. Oh, 7 more chairs. Nice chairs. Nice to have a lot of places to sit. Unfortunately, we only have 1 dining room table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 sets of chairs. So we had to make some executive decisions, and people will be just fine. So the shed, got some, I'm sure I haven't spent much time talking about this one, but it may look like crap in there, but it's actually very organized. That's where all the tools are. If anybody's up at camp, you're looking for tools, you need to work on something, that's where they are. You saw in the scrap metal pile there was a big stovepipe, which used to be on the outside of the camp. That stove probably came out about 10-15 years ago. The stovepipe's just been sitting there rotting away this whole time, and it finally annoyed me, so it's gone. Or will soon be gone on Saturday. The scrap metal guy's coming in here in about 4 days, and he'll pick up everything you see here, so this will all be gone by this weekend. Say hello. We're unfortunately packed up. My truck is full. Anything we couldn't burn, give to Dolly, or put in the scrap metal pile went in the back of the truck. He was going back to Boston with us. So, back of the front door. CB, Tim, Dad, thanks. New doors in, works great, looks great. One more step down. We got some braces in here. Hold the camp up a little bit. And again, that's all pressure treated now instead of the regular. So we should have that part of the camp firmed up nice. So coming in to the parlor. Key thing is these camps aren't huge, so you need to be wise with the space you use and don't have a bunch of stuff. So in there, you can kind of see it. That used to be a 4-foot wide storage shelf up there. Well, it was a cool idea, maybe even the idea of putting a bunk up there, but never came to fruition. So now it's a 2-foot wide storage shelf up there, because you could use the front 2 feet of the shelf and you couldn't use the back 2 feet, so that was just a drop-in zone. No longer is. Freed up some space. Don't panic, Dad. I didn't throw everything away that was over there. Some of it's still here, but tucked back in the corner. So you're good. You still got some stuff. Anyway, coming in here, say hello to the new couches. We put, that's a couch, recliner on each end. Got a new throw rug in here. There's the love seat. Again, recliner on each end. Did some decorating. That old work shelf that came out here off the wall had the vise on it, and collected all of Grandpa's stuff, or Dad's stuff, whoever we want to call them, is gone. It's actually in the shed because it is a well-built thing, and maybe put the vise back up at some point. But there's a piece of the dock. So your new shelf that's over here next to the recliner is a 4-foot section of pressure treated. That was left over from the 100-foot dock that we built back in August. Should hold everything you want to hold in a weekend or a week. So up there, we also, in the spirit of getting rid of some chairs, knowing we still needed some, we bought 4 folding chairs from town. They're now up there. There's another folding chair right there that you can use to step on, so you can get stuff down from this shelf. you'll see that's Grandpa's stuff. I didn't know what to do with it. It was a whole bunch of stuff, most of it from China. It's now in there. Couch blankets, paper towels, toilet paper. Some important stuff because Grandpa will really want to know what happened to his 39 chargers. They're in there, along with the remotes. And there's the manuals to boat motors, couches, the beds, appliances. Anything we have up here that was a manual, never had a home, it now goes in there. So if you bring anything up, or we bring anything up, manuals will be there, and if you need to find them, you can find them. A couple of pretty cool photos that Erica dug up and framed. We found them while we were kind of purging and organizing. This one's pretty neat. Something my dad drew a while ago. The possible future retreat. It may look a little different than that, but his dream is pretty similar to mine. Just structurally slightly different. Some catches. Scott Snyder with a nice saw blade painting. So it's up there. Everything's kind of temporary on these walls because in the spring, all new wiring will be run through this camp. Recessed lighting throughout. The insulation and the tongue and groove pine will cover all of this. So by the time most of you even see this camp next, it won't look like this. We mounted the TV up on the wall instead of having it over there, so you can still have a full picture window all the way around. And that TV actually is up like that, but you can bring it down and it comes to right about where that frame is. So when you watch a movie, it just swings down. But when it's not in use, it swings back out of the way. So you can see what you're here for, which is the lake. All right, moving into the kitchen. Essential item that we didn't really have in this camp, a goddamn fire extinguisher. We have one now. It's right there. In the event that a grease fire or something happens, granted, maybe that's not the best option for a grease fire, but you get the point. If we got a fire, there's the extinguisher. These panels, probably before I see this camp again, these panels will be gone. They're the old fuse breaker box. They've done well by the camp, and as you can see, we keep thinking we don't have a 100 amp service here. We do. So the good news is the service is already run to camp. Art, our good neighbor, is going to come by this fall or next spring and put in a 24 panel or a 24 slot breaker right there, and all this will be fixed and it'll all be a little more modernized. Then when Shane and I and crew get up here, we'll run a lot more plugs and fresh wiring all through the camp. So that'll be all up to date. So in the camp, like I said, they're smaller camps, but we made them a lot bigger because this table over here is now significantly further away from the stairs, so you can actually get up and down the stairs without bumping and everything. It's folded down. In the event you do need to pull it out and use it, you can. Or you can just store it with the things folded down. There's where the stovepipe came through the camp. And oh, let me tell you, that lampshade right there, clutch. Because I'm sick of that light being so bright in my eyes. So, you're welcome, Dad. You'll like that. Pots and pans, they have a place. Put them there. Leave them there. Preferably clean. Pot holders over here. The old pancake or the breakfast pan down there below. And in the event that we have a big crew, there's the massive cast iron down there. Where you use it once or twice a year, it's stored appropriately out of the way. So the water jugs can stay there. Over, yeah, there's the stove that actually works now. Over here, Eric did some really nice cleaning and purging. There's the air fryer, the things that we still use that actually get used, that don't just take up space. More importantly, when you come into camp and you have grocery bags and you have things you need to put in here, there's actually a surface to put them on now. It's new. but you can put things under there while you're here for the trip. And then you got a nice opening up here for stuff. We did have to purge a lot of some memories and stuff that was up there, but it's stuff that hadn't been touched in a long time. It's gone. Grandpa's framed in photos. We left those 3 there. However, the ones that you couldn't see that were tucked down below there or behind the microwave have now been moved over here to where you can still enjoy them. There's a chain pickerel, and this plaque we dug up. The one fish Jim Lathrop did not keep 1980. Yeah, it's because there's none of them in the lake. So, over to this, something that is in the lake, Mr. Pike. I got our bluegills. Oh, that's going to be hard to see. I got our crappie. And got a Mr. Smalley. We unfortunately didn't get around, even with 5 days and 2 people working non-stop, we didn't get around to purging out the cabinets over here and the stuff from above, but it is pretty organized. Did purge, at least purge this tool drawer a lot and clean it up. And also went to town and bought a new toolbox and a bunch of new tools. So anything you kind of really need is in that toolbox there. So you're all set in the event that you got to work at something. And again, another project Erica took on, the old camp table. It might look a little bit brighter, and that's because she washed it down, cleaned it up, and gave it a coat of white paint. So it's all fresh, it's all clean. Another set of chairs, but this time they fit in here. Those oak chairs that were in here, they were wonderful, they were comfortable. They're just too big for the camp. There was no space for anyone to even stand in here. So unfortunately, this chair was a nice wood oak chair, but to make it match the table, we had to paint it white. But no, it's 4 chairs there, 4 folding chairs on that shelf I just showed you, and another folding chair to stand on. So you can have 9 chairs really quickly if you need them. I can't go upstairs because, well, I shot a video of that earlier before Erica put a second coat of paint on these stairs right now, just as we're leaving, so it's drying. And what else, guys? I don't know what else there is. There's got to be something I overlooked, but and again, next year those cabinets that I showed you, they'll be in here. We still got to bring up some base ones. We'll have to lay them out. We'll put a new sink in with pressure tank and with pump. So we'll have an actual faucet on there. We'll do a high one so it's easy to fill the pots and pans. And probably try to put some cabinets in over here too. With that said, I think we did one hell of a job getting this place back up to family friendly, and Eric and I had a really good trip and accomplished a lot. And I hope all who are watching this video can enjoy what we've done and appreciate how much work it was to get to this level, and how much more work there will be to get the next stage done. And one of the funny things is, in closing, here's my dad's old list for closing up the camp. Let me tell you, it's pretty damn accurate. We even brought it out today and used it. Might make a couple changes to it. Other than that, we'll keep around. We'll hope that everybody can close up and clean up the camps as well as Eric and I just did. And we thank you for that. And that's Dale out. Bye.